Please read verse number 10, please. Teshamevanukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaham nashayami atmabhavastah jnanadipena bhasvatam teshamevanukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaham nashayami atmabhavastah jnanadipena bhasvatam. In this 1 minute, you closed your eyes before we started this chanting. Even in that fraction of time, in that moment, in that minute, you can see for yourself as to what is the meaning in which you abide. Are you with yourself? Or are you with the body which you understand as the meaning of the self, the I? The word I itself has a range of identities, from the relative to the absolute. Which one is effortless for you? Is it a relative identity which is effortless? Or it is the absolute which is effortless? From there you shall know the understanding that you have got about your own self, your own nature. Because after all, it's a word, please understand. After all, it's a word, it's just a name. And the name can be misleading. Because the name or the word has a meaning, and the meaning is more important, not the name. Because the same word, if is used for so many things, unless you understand the meaning of the word, it becomes very difficult. God says the word I, individual also says the word I, Bhagavan says know me. So when he says know me, shall I know him or shall I know me? Are you getting that point? An individual, when you say, you must know me, I must know you. Are you getting that? When individual says that word, you must know me, it means I must know you. But when God says, know me, shall I know God or shall I know me? The same word is used. Are you getting that point, please? Same word is used. And that meaning should be understood very, very clearly. Recently, somebody sent a very jocular, sort of note to Microsoft Corporation, pointing out the mistakes in the computer. In the computer language, there are so many mistakes. Our Sardar, the computer technician, he wrote a letter to my story. He sent a note. What did he write? There are some defects in this computer program. When you say that my child has started learning Microsoft Word, he has finished, But you don't have sentences yet. Only Microsoft Word. What about sentences? So, so you must do something to write some Microsoft sentences. Again, you say, if the program is, when you start the program, you start the computer, then run. There are a lot of programs running. So my friend started the program and he has already run up to Amritsar. You must say, also sit down. Because if you say only run, they have started. If you say the program is running, so they start the program and they run. So you must say sit down. Again and again you are telling that it must be recycle. Unfortunately, please put a word re-scooter because I don't have a cycle. You must. And then when you say shut down, it never comes back again. So it's very difficult. And not only say, you say find. My wife put it where she lost her key. The computer doesn't say. So what is this find? Now think. If somebody, the same words are used. Okay, the same word is used. With different meaning, how complicated it becomes. Same word. So Bhagavan says I, individual says I. And we are dealing with individuals. In our life, we are not used to dealing with totality. We are dealing with the individuals. So when you say you must know me, I have my whole effort to know you. So if also same language if is used in the scripture, the God says you must know me, so I end up in trying to know God. No. That is where the beauty comes. And this verse is so beautiful. The person who is thus abiding in himself, or the person who is interested in knowing about himself, for such person, nasayami ajnanajam tamaha, I shall destroy this ignorance-born darkness. How? Atma bhavastha jnana deepena bhasvata. By the bhasvata jnana deepena, by the bright light of the knowledge of, by the bright light of knowledge, I shall destroy this darkness of ignorance. How? Underline that line in the verse number 11, the second line. Nasayami atma bhavastha, being in him. Shankara comments so nicely. Atmanaha bhava antakarana asaya tasmineva sthita. Atmana bhava antakarana asaya. Where in the mind of the individual, I shall reveal myself. Meaning, when I say he reveals himself means, you know yourself in your own nature. So to know God is not to know something somewhere, but knowing yourself. This needs, understand, it needs a huge knock at the conditionings that we have got in our life. Because throughout the life we have grown up this idea as though I am separate from the universe. Everything is different from each other. There is isolation, alienation, separation. To discover that oneness, please appreciate. We don't need a God, we don't need a scripture, we don't need a religion, we don't need a guru, we don't need a wise man to come and tell me that everything is different from each other. Differences are self-evident. Diversity is self-evident. If at all you should discover the oneness. That is why scientists are struggling to establish a unified theory, not a divisive theory. Because a division is self-evident. Are you getting that point, please? Divisions are self-evident. There is no question of, you don't need to establish duality. Duality is there, self-evident. We don't need a teacher to tell you that we are different from each other, that I am different from God. No. That I am different from the creation. No. At no time you can establish your separate identity from the total. That is why even start with your physical body. The physical body made out of the 5 elements: space, air, fire, water, earth. And the physical body, even though, please listen, the physical body, even though it looks like walking about independently in this creation, there is nothing independent about it. The total space accommodates this body. You cannot walk out of the space. When your body is existing, you are occupying the space immediately. Without this space, you cannot exist. That space is an integral part of you. Same thing, air. Continuously we are breathing. From the total trough of air, everybody is breathing. You cannot stand apart. Same thing also about the heat. There is heat around the creation, also heat in your body. 98.4 degree temperature, the physical body maintains. Then you have got the water, and you have got the earth. The water is there. If the dehydration takes place, body shall die. Earth also is there. All the elements are existing. So the physical body, even though working as though independently, but continuously sustained by the whole macrocosmic universe. So if you look at the physical body as an element, then it becomes a pinda, just a cloud of earth, just a pinda, a little material something. Look at the macrocosmic universe, it's Brahmanda, you call it universe. But the moment you bring in consciousness, now with the physical body, it becomes jiva, individual, and then the whole thing becomes Ishvara. So thus if you understand, when God says, I am the God, I am the truth, I am the Ishvara, it at once reverberates throughout the creation. When I say I, it is at once stuck with this physical body. But between the two, the same I, God says, I am the totality, individual say, I am this body. The I is same. When one with the one body, I am an individual, with the total body, it is Ishvara. That is where comes your Vyashti, Samashti, micro, macro. And we see that in every aspect of our life. A drop on the ocean, a dust on the universe, a moment and eternity, a cell and the human body. Same principle, everywhere. Are you getting that point, please? What is needed is this strong conditioning that I am separate from everything has to be totally destroyed. That is why that language, Nasayami Atmabhavastha, Antakarana Ashaya Tasmineva Sthita. Every person must see it in himself. That is why long before you start your journey into the absolute, you look into the totality, infinity, appreciate yourself as you are. Begin from the beginning. Begin from where you are. Do not begin from where you should be. God is not the beginning point. Creation is not the beginning point. You are the beginning point. That is why it makes it easy. If you make anything other than you as the beginning point, you shall find it extremely difficult. Please see that. It's something, you must see it very clearly. Common sense. When I am traveling, shall I travel from where I am or from the destination? Common sense. Simple common sense. Shall I know about myself or shall I know about the creation? Why human beings are in such problem today? Because everybody is trying to understand other people's mind. What she is thinking, what he is thinking, what my father is thinking, my mother is thinking, my brother is thinking. Hey, what are you thinking? Are you getting that point, please? It is so important. It's so important. But why people lose themselves? Because Please understand, this morning I was talking to somebody. The creation is so vast. Naturally we lose sight of our eyes. How many of us remember the eye when we are looking at the vast creation? Just see it, friends. While listening to things, how many of us remember the ears? Now, because of the perception, eyes exist, or because eyes are there, therefore the creation is perceived. The perceptions do not create your eyes. Because your eyes are, you perceive. How many of us think of the eyes? And how many of us think of the world? How many of us think of the ears? How many of us lose ourselves in the sounds of various kinds? Do you ever remember your body when you touch somebody? Or something? While bathing, do you remember your body? Swimming. Beautiful, cool or old, cold or hot temperature. You lose your body. While eating food, of course you forget your tongue. Same thing smelling, we forget our nose. Therefore, does it mean the sense organs do not exist? They exist. But I am not aware of it. Because I am not aware of it, does it get disappear? No, they are. Exactly the same way. As in the outside, external universe, same thing your inner universe. All your memories, thoughts. When thoughts are there, can you be... Listen, friends. Can there be a thought without yourself being conscious of it? When your eyes see something, eyes are already existing. In every perception, sense organs are effortlessly involved. When you say, I see, you are already talking about your eyes. Are you getting the statement? Okay, just work on that statement. When you say, I see, you are already talking about your eyes, right or wrong? When you say, I hear, you are already talking about your ears. That simple it is. Please appreciate. When I say taste, I'm already talking about my tongue. I smell, I talk about my nose. I touch, I talk about my skin. When I say I think, I'm already talking about myself being conscious. His eyes don't see the thought. Eyes can see the form, eyes can see this flower, but eyes cannot see the thought of the flower. Ears cannot hear this thought of a sound. The nose cannot grasp the thought of a smell. The thoughts are seen by, as in the thought of the object. If the object is seen by the eyes, the thought of the object is seen by eye of the eye. The third eye, consciousness yourself. If the sound is heard by the ear, the thought of the sound is illumined by ear of the ear. Srotrasya srotram, achakshusha chakshu, eye of the eye, ear of the ear. So as when you say, I see, you are including your eyes. When you say, I think, you like it or not, consciousness is included. But we don't know. That is why what the teacher does, he just points out. Are you getting that point, please? It's a pointing out. Nothing more than that. Being yourself is the easiest thing to be. Do you understand? But when you study the literature which goes on telling, very, very difficult, only few people can understand, nobody else will grasp it, only special people, that creates the greatest barrier. The greatest barrier is that is difficult, is the most greatest difficulty. Understand? Because the person cannot believe it. That's difficult, difficult, difficult. That is how we have been fed into it. Why? Only few people can be great. Understand, friends. Everybody can be infinity. Finite greatness depends on something. Are you on the earth or no? Think. All of us are in the universe. But in London, few people. In Tiruvannamalai, few people. In Bhubaneswar, few people. In Sydney, few people. But in the earth, everybody. Are you getting that point, please? Even ordinary person, even our idiot, the fool also knows it. One day the man was asked, shall you say Sardar? Doesn't matter, whoever. He was asked, where are you born? He said, Punjab. Which part? He said, which part? Oh, the whole body. What do you mean, which part? The whole body was born. The whole body. Now what do you do to that fellow? Is right or wrong? Now, if you say, were you born? Where? In God. Which part? What which part? In God. Totality. Where are you born? Universe. When you name it India, does the earth disappear? When you name it America, does the planet, the world, the earth, planet disappear? Names are given for our convenience, but the names do not divide. They do not create any border. Borders are imaginary. Because of borders are imaginary, in Europe, borders are withdrawn. There is no border. The mountains never felt, this half is Austria, this half is Germany. Did the mountain felt it? These are all same. The whole earth. Where is India and China? But you know what a headache we create for ourselves? Human beings, worst. And the religion contributes to it. My God, your God. Oh boy, God must be reeling, you understand? You are attributing a religion to God who has no religion. Like a country has no citizenship, God has no religion. He is everything. He has everything. So Atma Bhavasta, so when he says the word I, you see it in yourself, because the moment you say I think, consciousness is included. When you say I see, eyes are included. Please see that. When you say I see the object, object is involved, eyes are involved, thought is involved, consciousness is involved. In every thought, in every idea, the entire personality is involved. When I say I see this flower, the flower is involved, eyes are involved, thought of the flower is involved, consciousness is involved. You take away either of the four, you shall not perceive. Please see that. To see the flower, flower must be, eyes must be, thought of the flower must be, I must be conscious. When I see the flower, flower is, eyes see, true to the thought, true to the perception, thought takes place. Then I am conscious. You take out the flower, eyes are, thought is, yourself is. Close your eyes, thought is, you are. Let the thought go. You can't do it the other way around. Flower is, eyes are, thought is, no consciousness. Can you? Eyes are, flower is, no thought. Then what perception? Or eyes are, what is that? Flower is, no eyes. What flower? Does it matter? Are you getting that point, please? How powerful. You cannot resist yourself. And what we are doing in our ignorance, that's something which cannot establish itself, we are not holding, clinging, embracing. And that which is inescapable, I am escaping. What is this? Can you escape yourself? Can you escape being conscious? Do you understand that? Can you escape being conscious? But you can escape a perception. Because eyes are limited. You are looking this way. I am looking this way, you are looking this way. I can't see this side, you can't see that side. Eyes are limited. Perception will be limited. Thoughts also will be limited. And also it can be lost. Object can disappear. You can lose your eyes. The thoughts can disappear. Thoughts can, appear to disappear. But yourself, the awareness, continuous. From childhood until now, what is that is something consistent about you? What is that is constant about you? Yourself, the awareness. I was a child, I was young, I am adult. The body was a child, I say I am child. Body became young, I now young. Body is adult, I say adult. But the I is same, the childhood I, youthful I, old age I. Consciousness is same. There is no childhood consciousness, youthful consciousness, old age consciousness. Always remain the same. The common denomination, the common factor with all thoughts, all memories, always remain the same. And that is Atma Bhavastha. Jnana Deepena Bhaswada Bhasayami. You understand? That Ajnanajan Tamam Nashayami. I shall destroy this darkness of ignorance, born of ignorance, by revealing myself. Jnana Deepena Bhaswada. By this light of knowledge. Where? Atma Bhavastha. Antakaranasaya tasmineva sthita. Son, that I am existing in yourself. That is how your ignorance of yourself goes, and therefore the ignorance of the creation goes. Understand, friends? When you want to touch the earth, please see. When you want to touch the earth, should you touch the whole? Should you touch every part of the earth, or anywhere is good enough? And the best part is, look, the best part is to touch the earth. Where should you go? To land on earth, where should you land? Anywhere. To land in Delhi, one place. To touch you, where should you touch? To touch me, where should you touch? Top to toe. Knee. Nose. But to touch me, top to toe. Anywhere. To land in this universe, where should you land? So are you born in the universe? Or you are born in your village? Just a shift in standpoint. Are you getting that point, please? That is why this I is so confusing. Because when I takes mind to the body, limited. Memories, limited. But I as such, limitless. All times, all places, all conditions. Ishvara in us. Always existing Atma Bhavastham. So, when Bhagavan says I, please appreciate, please appreciate. When Bhagavan says I, it must be understood. Should I understand him or me? You understand yourself as you are. Then, from there, you take the leap. Like to touch the earth. You don't have to move anywhere. Wherever you are, you thought that is your house. Now the same point there is earth. Same point there is universe. Where you thought is your mind, your thought, now same spot you discover consciousness, totality, immortality, all pervasive. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat abhyakta murtina. By my unmanifest form, everything is pervaded. You see that reality for yourself. Okay? Atma bhavena, atmastham, atma bhavastha, jnana deepena bhasvata. Okay? Now, having told this, when Bhagavan says this, Arjuna now says, read. Arjuna vacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahu Tvam Rushayas Sarve Devarshi Naradastatha Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Bravishime Sarvam Etat Rutam Manye Yanmam Vadasi Keshava Nahite Bhagavan Vyaktim Vidurdevana Danavaha Arjuna Uvacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahutvam Rushayas Sarve Devarshi Naradastatha Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Bravishime Sarvametadrutam Manye Yanmam Vadasi Keshava Nahite Bhagavan Vyaktim Vidurdevana Danavaha. Now Arjuna says, Arjuna was, when Bhagavan says, I reveal myself in everybody. Reveal means for whom? The Atma Bhava, in that as one's own nature. For whom shall he reveal? One whose mind is also ready for it. That is why you start with your own mind. What type of mind it is? Shankara very nicely writes, Bhakti Prasada Sneha Abhishiktena Mad Bhavana Abhinivesha. Yes. Abhinivesha. Okay. Abhinivesha Bhata Ritena Brahmacharyadi Sadhana Sanskaravan Prajwalita Virakta Antakarana Adharena Vishaya Vabrutti Tat Raga. All these things he goes on talking about it. With a mind where the Bhakti Prasad, where the person with the devotion, Brahmacharya, that is Sama, Dhamma, Uparama, Titiksha, all these things with a adhikari. When that type of mind, it reveals. If you say, Bhagavan reveals himself, then you shall say, oh, then why he doesn't reveal to somebody? Hey, the sun is shining. The sun doesn't withdraw its light. The bird that is ready to open blossoms. Bird that is not ready to open doesn't open. It's not the mistake of the sun. The sun is shining. If the water is muddy, reflection is not clear. If the water is nice, you cannot withdraw reflection. So it depends on the individual. What type of mind the person enjoys. That is why Antahkarana Suddhi, preparation of the mind. Seeing the minds, making this mind beautiful, where there is no more wrong notions, wrong values, which you have seen it all in the beginning classes. I don't want to get into that again. Are you getting that, please? Because with the wrong ideas, the mind becomes preoccupied. It doesn't get released. Suppose a person is obsessed with the idea that my happiness lies in that object. How are you going to tell him you are the happiness? Just think. A person is obsessed with a food or a touch or a taste or a smell or a sight, and he thinks his life is empty without it. If you tell him you are the happiness, he says, he will not believe it. But once you discover object as a place, it will give me some comfort. Happiness it cannot give. When thus you free the object from your imposition, listen carefully, when you free the object from your imposition of happiness, the thought of the object no more torments you. That thought of the object shall push you to the object on which you have imposed happiness or unhappiness. If you no more impose happiness or unhappiness in the object, your thoughts are free from that imposition. Therefore, no thought pushes you. You are already with yourself. When you counteract, thus you counteract your impositions, no like, no dislike, no happiness, no unhappiness, object for object's sake. Then, thought for thought's sake, action for action's sake. Tato yuddhaya ujyasva naiva papam hapsyasi. Hey Arjuna, fight for fighting's sake, not for happiness' sake. All that we have seen it. Object for object's sake, body for body's sake, thought for thought's sake, anything for its own sake, not for happiness' sake. Then everything is beautiful. Food for food's sake, touch for touch's sake, taste for taste's sake, smell for smell's sake. As I was coming down, there's a beautiful rose. Smell, it's beautiful. That much. Appreciation for appreciation's sake. Suppose smelling the rose only, I feel happy. No rose, miserable. Food for food's sake. Sustains me, therefore eat. Available, excellent. Not available, whatever is there is fine. Everything in life, the moment you do that, when you counteract that imposition of like and dislike, sort of happiness, unhappiness on the object, the thoughts are counteracted. In that type of mind, are you getting that point, please? In that type of mind, already you are enjoying a disposition where the truth is shining. The teacher only points out, you are that. Bas. But if your mind is obsessed with something, you cannot believe. Ask yourself the question, who prevents you from understanding the truth? You. Who prevents you from understanding the truth? You prevent. But how do you prevent? Because you have been brainwashed. So that is why you can blame the world. But having found myself in that state, what is the idea of my father should not have told me, my mother should not have told me? They have already told. Everything that they have told, you are not holding on to it. Many things you have dumped. Now think about it and dump it. Use them for whatever it is worth. Every object is nice. Your body is nice, your sense organs nice, your thoughts are beautiful. Choice is yours. So once you counteract it, now you are ready to appreciate the truth as it is. It's just like getting into neutral before changing the gear. That's a good one. Before, you get into the neutral, before you change your gear. And once you are in neutral, where should you go? First or second? You decide. But first come to neutral. You start the car in neutral or in gear? Do you start your car in neutral or in gear? If you start it in gear, it goes, right? You have experienced it, right? Most people start their day with gear. Most people, are you getting that? Most people start their day with a gear. Some people in the fourth gear. First. They get up agitated. Start with neutral. That is why meditation. Being little conscious of yourself. What better example? I don't know why this example, how these examples come. I am thrilled with this fellow. So really, such beautiful examples it brings in. So nice, isn't it right? Today we are in a generation where everything is so easy. Why self-knowledge should be difficult? The easiest thing to be. You think for yourself. Do you start with a neutral or a gear? If you are starting with a gear, of course you will be in trouble. But it goes. Your car, you get up with agitation. What is this? Neutral. By chance it is on gear and it pushes you. What do? Bring it back neutral, then start the car. By chance, the moment you start, suppose it pushes you, pulls you. What do? Bring it back to neutral. Then start the car. So when you get up, by chance it is starting with a gear, nothing wrong. Sit down. Okay. Then, what gear? You choose. When you learn to drive, 4th, 5th, 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers, anything you can handle. No limits. Anything you can handle. Choice is yours. See it for yourself, please. It's common sense. One day, 2-seater plane crashed on a graveyard. So they are looking for the dead bodies. They are already digging 400 and still finding the more dead bodies. It's only 2-seater. Only 2 dead bodies should be found. So they are digging the grave. They don't understand. They must find it from the top. Common sense. When you are starting, with what should you start? Now you are starting, right? Please think. When you are starting this day, should you start with today, this morning, or from 20 years back? You are a grave digger, you know that? You are continuously digging your grave. Today you are starting your day. So shall you start with today, this morning? Or from yesterday, last year, 20 years back? This morning suddenly I remember what happened 15 years back. Oh, how brilliant. And even if it comes up, so what? Let it come up. It doesn't make any difference to you. But sometimes ignorance blesses you a lot. When you don't know anything, some people manage very well. Like some 3-4 fellows, they are going in the night, they are going on they are going for a walk. And they reach a graveyard. They have to pass through a graveyard. It's night already, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And they hear a sound, tuck, tuck, tick, tick. And all the fellows are frozen. Oh, ghost. Because it's a graveyard. Tick, tick, tap, 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 tap. All the fellows are frozen. Then they see on a graveyard, one fellow is sitting down there and doing something, chiseling, hammer and chisel. Then he said, what type of man are you? Night, 1 o'clock. They asked, are you a ghost? What are you doing now? He said, no. The fellow, those who are carving the gravestone, they have spelt my name wrong. Then this fellow says, oh, and they started walking. Ignorance is a bliss. If you do not come. Oh my God. So most people are like that. They, right in front of a ghost, they don't see a ghost. There is problem in life, they don't recognize. And some other people project too much. Who is better? Both are stupid. See things as it is. To see things as it is, you must see things yourself as you are. And it's not difficult, but that is yourself. And that is why it's so easy to point out. It's not difficult. And when thus Bhagavan has revealed it, what Arjuna says, oh Lord, he says, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adi Devam Vajam Vibhum Iti, Rushaya Tvam Ahu. Rushaya Sarve, all the rishis, Devarshi Narada, all the Narada, great sages, which he said in the beginning, I think I forgot that one. verse number 6, where Bhagavan says, Maharshaya saptapurve chatvaro manavastata sapta rishis, Atri Angira Vasishta Marichi Kratu Pulaha Pulastya. Kratu Pulaha Pulastya Atri Angira Vasishta Marichi. 7 sages. It's there in that book, you can write down also. I mean, you can see there, don't write it. 7 sages. He says, I am them, Chatvaro Manavastata, Dharma Savarni, Daksha Savarna, like that, Savarni, Savarna, like that he has given 4 names. Look, as much I know, that much you know. These are the names. That meaning, great sages and great people, those who have been born, they are all talking, O Lord, about you. Devarshi Narada Asitaha Devalaha Vyasa Swayam Java Brabhishime. Not only great sages like Asita, Devala, Vyasaha, but also Swayam Java Brabhishime. You are also telling me what? Bhavan Param Brahma, you are absolute, all-pervasive. Param Dhama, the supreme abode. Where? In and through everything. Pavitram, you are the purest of the pure. Why? There is nothing other than you. Understand? When you say that is purest of the pure, Pavitram, there is nothing other than you, that means, is there anything called impurity in total purity? Are you getting that point? That things do not exist. There is nothing but a God and a devil. Eh? No. There is only absolute, divine, beautiful. There is nothing ugly in this universe. Ugly, if you want to say ugliness, beauty misspelled. There is nothing ugly in this universe. As even there is nothing useless in this creation. If something is useless, we are yet to find out the usefulness of it. Anything you shall see, it's not a joke, it is not a statement, it is a fact, you try out. And today, especially in our generation, it is becoming more and more clear. Recently in a newspaper, somebody gave me a Time magazine, they are writing that in Japan, there is one lady now has come up, and shut up, is trying to collect all this oil, people fry, deep fry, and everybody put it into the sink and it goes through. He said 200,000 tons of oil poured out into the system. Imagine the whole country, not only that, around the world, how much dirt we are pouring into the system. Now, somebody is collecting all this oil and they are now converting it to a vegetable diesel. So, doing some type of a chemical process, and that diesel they are producing, which is $4 per liter, a little expensive, but saves the whole environment. Many people are using it. So, at one time what you call as the poison, now it is beautiful. You are using it. So, whatever is something useless, we are yet to discover the usefulness of it. Same thing about divinity. There is nothing finite in this universe, friends. Please see, if you see it isolated, it is a drop. If you see as the part of the totality, ocean. What is the distance between ocean and the drop? Are you getting that point, please? What is the distance between ocean and the drop? The drop is ocean or not? The drop also part of the ocean. In the drop, to touch the ocean, can you touch the ocean without touching the drop? Come on. Can you touch somebody without touching the part? You want to touch a person. Can you, with both the hands also, can you touch, simultaneously can you touch a body with the 2 hands? With the 2 hands, touch the whole body at a time? You can only put 2 hands. But that also touching the body. You want to touch the Indian Ocean? Shall we swim through the entire ocean? Any dust, any drop. To touch the earth, I don't have to bend. Already touching the earth. What is that? Are you getting that? Touch the earth means, are you not touching by your leg? So only if hand touches, leg touching or not touching. Huh? Are you getting that point, please? You cannot stand apart from totality. Same thing Ishvara. That is pavitram. There is nothing other than it. Everything is earth. Everything is universe. Call it Ishvara if you like. Pavitram paramam bhavan. Purusham shashwatam purusham. Purusham is purnatvat purusha. Not a man. God is not a man. Purusham. Purnatvat purusha. That which is full, all-pervasive. Also, puri shayanat. That which is sleeping on this body. That is not only all-pervasive, but also available here. Purusha. Shashwata. Eternal. Swatishtati. Existing tomorrow. Divyam. Divi bhavam. Meaning, always, ever existing. Is, whether it is up, above, down, below, everywhere. The same thing there. O Lord, Adi Devam Ajam Vibhuiti Ahu. They call you Vibhu, Visheshena Bhati, Vividhena Bhati. You shine in all forms as light of consciousness. Adi Devam, you are the Adi, the beginning of everything. Idatanatmakam Devam, the light of consciousness. Ajam, unborn. You are everything. You say, not only they say, you also say the same thing. Swayam cha bhavishime sarvame tad, O Lord, rutam manye. Whatever you say, aham rutam manye, satyam manye, I consider it as truth. Yanmam vadasi Keshava, he Keshava, yanmam vadasi, whatever you say, I consider it as true. Nahite bhagavan vyaktim, devaha viduna danavaha. Your bhagavan vyaktim, your manifestation, as the all-pervasive existence, gods, demons, nobody ever knows about it. And as a human being, how much can I know also? I can know in general, I can know. That is samanya jnanam. Consciousness here, consciousness there, consciousness everywhere, I can know. But the details, vishesha jnanam, only you can know, O Lord. Nobody else can know. Are you getting that difference between samanya jnanam and vishesha jnanam? Knowing the drop of water, you know the entire ocean. It is nothing but H2O. If a molecule of water is 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen, the whole ocean is a huge molecule. Hydrogen, oxygen. So I know the whole ocean. By knowing the drop, I know the whole ocean. But, so this is samanya jnanam, general knowledge. Vishesha jnanam, if you say, 10 feet depth, what is there? I don't know, but whatever is there, hydrogen, oxygen. What forms are existing everywhere? I don't know, but whatever it is, consciousness. Samanya jnanam. This is where human beings can get the samanya jnanam. Ishvara, vishesha jnanam. Why? All minds are his minds, all eyes are his eyes, all thoughts are his thoughts, all bodies are his bodies. You look this way, I look that way. God looks always. Understand? The totality. The macrocosm looks in all possible ways. That is why Ishvara. Understand? So samanya jnanam I can have. Vishesh jnana, only he knows. For that, you need total mind. Individual has at his disposal one body, one leg shorter than the other, one set of sense organs. Perceptions born of these, thoughts born of these perceptions. How much can we know? But that which is total mind, total body, Sarvagya, Sarvashaktiman, Sarvavyapi. He knows everything, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. Now, even if you say, no, I don't believe in such a person existing, forget that person. It's not a person we are talking about, the total existence, of which you are an integrated part. You say, okay, I don't even accept him. All right, it doesn't matter. Can you be yourself? Yes. That is why once you are with yourself, then consciousness, now it is up to you. You can take Shaguna, you can take Nirguna. Suppose you say, no, I don't, why should I be interested in Shaguna with a name and form? I am the nameless, formless, everywhere nameless, formless. Continue. No scripture, no teacher will say, don't do that. No. If you say it is formless absolute, formless absolute. But another person says, no, as even I have a form, there is a form which includes me. Take it. I think it's a he, beautiful. I think it's a she, excellent. I don't think there is any gender. Yes, no gender. Everything is yes, yes, yes. Are you getting that point? This is the beauty of this tradition. Anything is fine. Everything is fine. Ocean is in the wave. Ocean is in the foam. Ocean is in the biggest wave. In ocean, nothing. Very low tide, no noise, very quiet. Everything is ocean. With what shall you represent the earth? Think. With what shall you, forget earth, now come to your body. With what shall you represent your body? Any cell from any organ. Brain cell, heart cell, what is that, kidney cell, pancreas cell, any cell. To represent your body, which cell is good enough? Any cell. To represent this earth, what shall you represent this earth with? Any dust from this earth. Any dust from the moon is lunar dust. Cosmic dust. The cosmic dust, it can be lunar dust, earth dust, any dust. God dust. With what shall you represent Ishvara? God, the totality. Because the name God is so misused, the moment you think of God, some people get allergy. The moment you name that word, some people get allergy, naturally, because misconception, misconception, misconception. It's just like you think of the word I and you think this I is a criminal. No, the same I, which can be a curse, can be a blessing. A dushana, a bhushana, a curse and adoration, adornment. Morning I was telling you the snake in Shiva. That is why to see things as it is, please, very, very important. Do not work on your pre-gone conclusions, biased notions. Put your mind right on the chopping board. Chop, chop, chop. Every thought, challenge, think, see. No subject is taboo. No questioning is wrong. Question God. Challenge the thoughts. Every idea you should challenge. And when the table is turned on you, when you are challenged, face it. The person enjoys challenging everything. But the moment you challenge him, he wants to run. Challenge the challenger. Who are you? Establish yourself. Tell me who are you? You'll be repeating some answers. Who are you? PhD. Who told you that? Long before you pick up that role of PhD, were you not there? I'm professor, head of the department, I'm manager, managing director, governor. Hey, these are the positions, that's not you. You pick up everything. Don't repeat the answers. When you repeat the answer, you are in trouble. You want to listen to a joke? Okay. There was an IAS interview for Indian Administrative Service. Story. Okay. Joke. There was an interview. So the person was asked, there is a people questioning, and there is a panel, those who are interviewing the people, and they asked, the man came here, they asked him, when was India, when India got independence? And the person said, it started long back, 30, 40, 50 years, people have been struggling, but 1947, it got the independence. That's true. Acha. Who was responsible for it? He says, how can I say who is responsible? So many people are responsible for it. But then, okay, you can't, if you tell one person's name, suppose Gandhi or Nehru or XYZ, others will be dishonored. Because it's not that these two fellows fought for the independence. So many people fought for independence. And the fellows were impressed by the answer, because very out of the way answers. He said, but this modern India is corrupt. What is your concept? What is your idea about corruption in India? He said, they are studying a report. So, they will find out soon how corrupt this country is. The whole panel was impressed by his answer because he did not give the stock answers. When is India? 47. Who is responsible? Gandhi. Corrupt India. Very, very corrupt. These are the answers they will give. He said, very good. You are selected. But same type of questions are going to be asked. So do not repeat these answers to anybody. And he came away. When it came out now, every fellow curious. Hey, what questions they asked? He said, I'm not supposed to talk. But one fellow insisted. Okay, you don't have to tell questions. Can you tell me answers? Because he was the smart one, no? Then he said, all right. Okay, he keep up the word. I will not tell the question, but I am telling the answer. I had promised them, I will not tell them the question, but I will not tell them. They have not taken the oath not to tell the answer. So he gave the answers. You know the answers now. So this person was, when his turn came, he went there. And they asked him, when were you born? So he said, it started long back, the activity. The activity started long ago, but 1950, the preparation for the birth started long ago, but 1950 I was born. Oh, the fellow got very angry. They say, who is your father? So many people are involved. But I should not name one person and disrespect others. He repeating the answers, you see. Then this panel got so wild, he said, are you mad? He said, they are finding a report. They are collecting some report. And soon you'll know whether somebody is, whether it is the right or wrong. Now how do you think of it? Why are you laughing? Because this fellow is nuts. Repeating the answer. What do you think we are all doing? Who are you? PhD. Who told? Who are you? Man or woman? Who told? Repeating the answer. Father has given, mother has given, religions have given, traditions have given, the world has given. Repeating the answer. Chatterbox. Repeating parrots. I am this, I am that. Who told you that? You are rich. Suddenly your riches make no meaning. Why? Emotionally upset, your riches mean nothing. And PhD, no self-respect. Repeating answers. Can you challenge it? That is what the beauty here. To know God, I must challenge. Oh Lord, gods don't know, Devata, nobody knows about you. But the moment you say God, that He is all-pervasive, immediately certain, some mind, huge challenge comes up, allergy comes up. Why? They have been fed with this idea. There is no God, there is no truth, there is nothing. So you are dismissing something without verifying. It is, even when I say you are infinity, absolute, can you dismiss it without verifying? And should you dismiss it? You should give a chance to yourself. Is it really true I am absolute? Why not? I am not telling you are an idiot. Suppose you think you are smart and I say you are nuts, then you can protest. When you think you are dying, limited, miserable, I say you are deathless, infinity, happiness itself. Should you resist or should you beg? Should you resist this statement or beg for the understanding? How? Really? Yes. Come on. It begins with you. Then Ishvara becomes beautiful. Now, all these things, oh Lord, nobody knows about you. Read. We shall see tomorrow. Swayamevatmanatmanam Vethatvam Purushottama Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha Deva Deva Jagatpate Bhaktu marasya sheshena Divyayatma vibhutayah Yabhir vibhutivir lokan Iman stvam vyapya tisthasi. Oh, beautiful. Oh Lord, we'll see tomorrow. Swayameva atmanam vetha. Atmana atmanam vetha. You also, Lord, Swayameva atmana atmanam vetha. You know yourself by yourself. He Purushottama, or the best among men, meaning the ultimate in this universe. He Bhutavhavana, from whom all the beings are born. Bhutesha, the master of all the elements and beings. Deva Deva, the God of gods. Jagatpate, O Lord of the universe. In whatever language I call, you are that. Asheshena Bhaktum Harasi. Bhaktum Harasi, please tell me. Asheshena, without holding back anything. Dibya Atma Vibhutaya. Whatever the glories that you have, O Lord. Yabhi vibhutivir lokan vyapya tisthasi. By which glory, pervading the whole universe, you existing. O Lord, I want to listen details of it. Samanya, I can grasp. Vishesha, I want to know. Are you getting that? I know everything is water, but can you give me the descriptions of everything? Because it is not given to me. I can understand myself. As Bhagavan says, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat abhyakta murtina. By my unmanifest form, everything is pervaded. Every individual can say the same thing. By my unmanifest form, everything is pervaded. But look at my finite form, only one body, one set of sense organs. How much can I see? And this universe has such wonderments. Lord, can you give me a little description of your great dimensions, unknown dimensions of this universe? Can you please? He begs to know. Next two words also say, we'll see tomorrow. And when he say, one starts. Now we shall just pass through it. It's so beautiful. The real, as I told you, remember, the real vibhuti, glory of the God shall be known when you participate in that. I told you this morning, I cannot know how rich you are unless I participate in your riches. Share your riches. You cannot know the divinity of God unless you see the divinity in yourself. That is why first Krishna revealed the truth about Arjuna to him. Ajo nitya sasvatayam purana nahanyate hanyamane sarire. Nachaivaham jatunasam nachamneme janadipa. Nachaivana bhavishyama sarve mayamataparam. Hey Arjuna, there is never a time when you were not, I was not, these kings were not. Nor shall there ever be a time when you shall not be, they shall not be, I shall not be. Meaning thereby, you were, you are, you shall be. They were, they are, they shall be. I was, I am, I shall be. In fact, I, you, he, all one and the same in absolute. Having revealed that, then he comes to describe his own nature. Pick up. Now we shall see the glory of God. But for that, be with yourself who you are. Close your eyes.